Right now I'm just some dude vlogging in a bush.
I'm still the hobo.
Alright, I might have to move now. Where do you start when you're taking on a project like this? I love trains. Always have loved trains since I was a little kid. Shining time station where dreams come true. Excuse the scrapyard in the background. I can't really control the noise and the elements. This isn't a video you're gonna film in a studio by any means. A few years ago, I believe it was 2014, 15, 2016, started searching online for different, areas like the Tehachapi Loop, the Juniata shops in Altoona, Pennsylvania. And then I came across a model railroader who was modeling the famous Ketty Y. If you know what the Ketty Y is, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. If you don't, look it up. In searching for the Ketty Y, came across several videos of the Y itself, and all of a sudden stumbled across a YouTube channel called Stobe the Hobo. And I know anyone watching this video definitely knows who Stobe is. May he rest in peace. He was killed November 2000, I want to say 17. He was killed doing exactly what I'm setting out to do. Train hopping has been around as long as trains themselves. Died out for a while and has only surged again in popularity. I've always wanted to hop a train. No real destination in particular that I'd like to go to, but always just fascinated me. The ability to just hop on and wherever the train is going is where it's going to take you. Luckily at the time that I discovered him, he was still actively rail hopping, which he was up until his death. Stobe and I actually became friends. Now, when I say friends, I don't mean he was over at my house for pot roast, once every 2 weeks. I mean, we had a correspondence, checked in with each other. I did support him a bit financially, not hundreds or thousands of dollars, but threw him a few bucks here, a few bucks there. And he actually stayed with me for 2 days.
Not near a convenience store selling beer and fried chicken.
That was Malone.
USDA choice.
Look at this freaking scenery here. It's absolutely perfect. This is Puff Puff Bass Fishing.
Puff Puff Bass.
Yeah.
Stobe the Hobo.
And you're?
Uncle Canada, of course.
Thy Mule, aka.
That's their names. I'm still the hobo. You might have to learn how to fish still. I'm gonna try to catch one of these bass right now.
Because I'm a stud.
I'm gonna cast this worm
I'm ballsy.
Good old ugly stick.
out into these lily pads. Come and do stuff like this and then not have to get up and go to work in the morning.
I smoke my stogie anywhere I want.
Just Stub the Hobo out.
Only about a month and a half before he passed away, unfortunately. So as much as our communications were, we only got to meet and enjoy each other's company for those couple days. We filmed the 2 days together. I took him fishing, stayed at the house. We edited a video together. He put one on his channel, I put one on mine. It was the same video practically, but we each put our own twist on them. So all in all, although it was before his untimely demise and only the single time, I do consider him one of my heroes. Be it cause that he is a free spirit. He came from a well-to-do family, very sharp and intelligent guy, served our country in the Coast Guard, but chose to live, you know, off the grid, away from society. He would go back and contribute and do all that when he had to, but just the simple fact that he followed his passion, did what he loved to do, did it well, and continued on up until it unfortunately took his life. This is something I've been wanting to do for quite some time. I feel like the time is now. I've been doing a lot of research behind the scenes, which I'll get into as this documentary progresses. This isn't going to be some 4-hour thing with every step-by-step piece of information. I'm just going to show you what I've done, tell you why I've been doing it, and we're just going to get her done. What I'm doing is dangerous. It's also illegal. Even right now, there's no crew or train working this yard, but I am trespassing. You have already and will see me climb on freight cars. Not only is it illegal, but it's extremely dangerous and deadly, potentially. Safety will be the name of my game. And I know it sounds counterintuitive, and many, if not most of you, are thinking, well, if it's so dangerous, deadly, and illegal, then why are you doing it? I'm only gonna live one time. I pray to God that it doesn't take my life, but it's something I've always wanted to do. Something I don't think I'm going to do many times. One time, get it out of my system, and call it a day. It seems kind of egotistical to film this and put time and effort into doing something that I could just go do tomorrow, say I did it, be done with it, never tell anybody about it. Well, I'm a filmmaker going back, I'm 30 years old. I'm a filmmaker going back 20 years. So on top of the medium that I've chosen, it's also something that I actually do. So I want to make a film. Born and raised here in Cleveland, Ohio. We're about 2 miles from downtown. So my plan is fairly simple. I've put in a ton of research. This is an old Erie-Lackawanna line that ran into Cleveland Union Station, Union Terminal. So this line I'm on has a northern terminus, which is about a mile behind me. Most of these cars in this yard are in storage. There's a few customers on this line. It runs from here in Cleveland all the way out to Glen Willow, Ohio, where it interchanges with another railroad that runs from there all the way to Akron, Ohio, Wheeling and Lake Erie, which is a Class 2 railroad. So this line only goes in one direction. There's an industrial park with a local that comes up from Akron every single day, well, 5 days a week, switches out the customers out of there. There's maybe 8 to 10, brings in a manifest every day, switches out some industries every day, takes that local back to the Akron yard. I know about roughly what time the train is going to head from the industrial park back down to their yard. It's a 2 to 3 hour window depending on how much work they have to do. Get there, 6, 7 in the morning, find out where the train is. And then once they do their run around and put the engines on the head end of the train, that's my cue to know that they are getting ready for their journey back down to Akron. It's only about a 2 to 3 hour ride each way, which I think is more than enough. I don't really have any desire to hop on a train going to Chicago or Indianapolis or Detroit, especially not my first time. I've done all the research that I can on this particular line. I have a rough estimate of when the train arrives and leaves within a couple hour window, which is about as close as you can get. There are very few variables to this route particularly, which why after a few weeks and months of hard consideration, I decided not to do a longer trip. It's going to be a day trip. runs 5 days a week, so I can thankfully pick the weather. If I see it's going to rain, I'm probably not going to go. If it's going to be 70 degrees and nice, that'll be my day. I know the manifests that they generally have, there are rides. A ride being a car that is suitable to hop, lay low, train passes by, hopefully get on safely, and enjoy my, hopefully a little longer, but 2 if not 3 hour ride to the Akron yard. Challenge then will be, once I get to Akron, I know where they're going to stop, and then they'll continue on and then stop again before they're giving clearance to the yard. That'll be my cue to hop off, hopefully unseen. And then from there, I haven't decided yet. I could actually camp out and wait for the same train to go back to the industrial park in Solon that night. Or I could just, which is probably what I'm going to do, just jump off in Akron and then Uber back to my truck. Cost me 30 bucks. I already looked into it. So we'll see how I'm feeling that day. I can promise you now, watching this video, I'm already enthralled and super enthused on the idea of train hopping, but it's not something I'm going to do regularly. It's just too risky. I'm gonna scratch the itch, get it out of my system, and call it a day. I don't have a beard anymore. A couple weeks later, yeah, I've decided I'm definitely going to do this. I was not skeptical, but once I started filming and going over the planning and details, I put a lot of time into the preparation, as you heard me talk for like 12 minutes probably. I know there's tank cars, covered hoppers, gondolas, and center beams for sure. There's, like I said, I think 8 to 12 industries that receive active rail service. Definitely want to go just scout everything out, make sure everything looks right. Just get a good spot to hunker down while I'm there, kind of just get a feel for the area. I'm pretty familiar with it already, but only by driving around and filming and all that rail fan type stuff. This is a little bit bigger of an adventure, so I want to feel comfortable when I show up at 6 in the morning. This train runs Monday through Friday like clockwork, hopefully. I'm 99% confident. So I took off this coming Thursday. We're going to take the train Thursday down to Akron. So this depot has actually been restored by Midwest Railway Preservation Society. And I believe it was late last year, or no, late 2020 into 2021. They actually relocated it and put it on a new foundation. It used to sit over there by where this barn is. A little bit of history. So my car is parked right here. Actually, this doesn't look like a half bad spot. I could literally just wait in my car. So there's all this cover on both sides, all the way down here. The industrial park that they switch is, there's a spur that goes about another mile down that way, then winds through. So again, this is the main. The industrial park's up that way. I'm currently standing in the right of way. Don't do that, by the way. So Akron is that way. Kent, Akron, other stuff they switch down that way. When the train comes up on the main this way, toward the industrial park, the locomotives will be on the head end of the train. And then there is another runaround passing siding in the industrial park, plenty of room for all that. But when they bring the train back this way, from what I understand in the other videos I've seen and the research I've done, they will shove the train into this passing siding here, and then the locomotives will go back, come down the main again to the end, and then come back up the passing siding and tie onto the train somewhere in here. So when they bring the train down through here, that's about the time when I'm going to hop aboard. Wheeling and Lake Erie obviously owns all the track, and as I said, Akron Barberton Cluster and the Barberton Belt are subsidiaries of Lake Erie. So in order for Wheeling to proceed safely, they get track warrants from here, then probably down to Kent, get another track warrant, down to Mogadore, and then to enter the yard in Akron, they get another warrant. So it could stop several times along the way at Wheeling and Lake Erie. So I need to hide out, and as soon as they are tying onto the head end, I'm gonna jump on. So as far as I can tell, and from the research that I've done, once they come back through here, their work is done in the industrial park. They may shuffle around cars for a few minutes, could possibly wait for an interchange, which I doubt. Usually they'll do those operations independently. And from there, it's only a matter of time till they take off south. So again, my objective of coming out here today, again, today's Saturday. I'm coming out here Thursday, this coming Thursday, so 4 days from now. And I've already got adrenaline just thinking about it. The purpose of coming out here today was to become familiar with the area. I've driven through here and by here 100 times, but just actually see what I'm going to be getting myself into and hopefully finding a spot to hide out. Get down in here somewhere. And then as soon as I get, I mean, yeah, these trees are pretty thick. Now that I'm here and I see what's going on, I'm very glad I came to scout. I guess I'm gonna have all that time to kill on Thursday. I could have just kind of done it then, but it's a good use of the night. Okay, so here we are. So without running the real risk of being seen, I'm far back down from the crossing. I'm almost at the end of the runarounds. This might be the perfect spot to camp out. There's this nice little path here, nice little pond. So yeah, I could definitely just chill right here. Or there's this whole path. I could just chill right in here. And from there, no one can really see me if I'm just sitting. Yeah, this is super chill. If I just gonna stay in the shade, bring some water, just chill, listen to some music. So just another thing from research and watching stove videos and other hopping videos. There's no risk of being in here right now because there's no crew here. The train is tied down. The hoses are connected, so this is an active string of cars. And you can also tell because these wheels have zero rust on them, complete shine. These tracks have been rolled on in the past at least couple days, no rust at all. So you know this string, A, has not been sitting here a long time and probably won't be sitting here a long time. Plus there's a unit attached to the front of it. That's another dead giveaway. So again, track has been used, wheels are shiny. This string is not in storage. And I know for a fact they don't store cars down here, so that helps. So it's not even the day of the hop yet, but you've seen me do a lot of talking, and I'm kind of okay with that. I am my own biggest fan. So here we are. Again, this is the main. I'm showing it to you from the top now. And then you got your passing siding. Like I said, they'll shove into here, run back up, take the engines down to the head end, then run back up and attach. Just like how this train is parked. And then you got your storage track or interchange track right there. So it definitely feels more real now that I am here. Although right now there's no pressure or stakes because trains don't run on Saturday and Sunday on this line. Cool little bridge. Nice little babbling brook. Unfortunately, I wouldn't drink from this, but I'm definitely gonna bring water when I come. Glen Willow is a nice little town. This is pretty rickety. There's not a whole ton of stuff going on. So about the only people that will be detrimental to me are the people on the actual crew and any conservative passerbys that want to alert me to authorities. So here's the fork in the road to the Industries. And from here it winds. It's about 2 or 3 miles as the crow flies to the first set of Industries. And then there's a ton of stuff they work up there. Nice part about up here, I've noticed, I guess it's later in the day, so the sun will be on that side instead of this side, but a lot of this is in the shade. It is exceptionally warm out. If you couldn't tell, I'm flush and sweating a little bit. Then again, I'm a 30-year-old man trying to plan how to ride a train down to Akron. So I guess I have it coming. So another point of interest, solar-powered flange greaser. So they got this right here. It is solar-powered, squirting up the grease. As the flanges roll through the rails, they get nice and greased up. Probably helps keep all these switches operable, less maintenance, less wear and tear on everything. It all seems to be exactly what I expected and thought. Now, if the train complies come Thursday morning, then I should be in business. If any of these box cars are open, that's a nice ride. There's 4 box cars here and then 3 covered hoppers. They don't have the manholes, they have the porches. So this box car is actually open. which is nice to see, I guess, that they can be opened or will be. I'm not really gonna mess with them, but this is a ride. So if I have to get in there, not a huge deal. Just don't want to get locked in. That would really suck. Screaming for help, and hopefully somebody would come. But we're gonna leave that one alone. And then these guys right here are the creme de la creme. These covered hoppers. So this is the side with the brake mechanism, AKA the side you don't want to be on. And it looks, there's the manhole, but I believe it's just an open chasm down there. I couldn't get in. There was all that piping anyway. If there was an accident or if I had to bail real quick, that would not be the place to be. But from what I saw walking in, there is a porch on this side. Oh, okay. And, oh, what do you know? Someone's been here. I wonder if there's any tags. Someone has ridden on this car before. Maybe the next person will be me. Hang on. So we'll get up here. All right. Don't ever stand on the knuckle. So this is what you call a porch, and someone's been up here before. Hungry Howie's, bag of trash. Could just be the train crew. I don't know though. Maybe somebody hopped it from Akron to up here. Just looks like trash. So this would be the ride. You can't, some of the cars have manholes that could fit 3 or 4 people in there. This one is just a porch though. There's not much in there. And then again on the back side of this car, so it looks like the porches are facing the head end, which is kind of sketchy, but I guess for all intents and purposes, this could be it. I'm not saying this specific car, but something to this effect. So there's this grainer, which I know has a porch on this side, and let's go check out the other one. So again, this is tied down, and I'm on the back side of the train, so hopefully nobody can see me, but so this, I didn't look at the porch on the second car, but this is the porch you want to be on. I'm gonna get over in there with the deep well. So if you're in there, you're 100% hidden, essentially. Let me get over on there. Hang on a second. Oh yeah, people have been in here too. Yep, no tags. Oh, there's a tag, whoever Merm is. Cha. This is the creme de la creme, and they were eating good. Some natty ice, shout out to Stobe. Some water, I don't know what the hell this is. You get an air pump for their air mattress. So I'm sitting down right now. I'm gonna be dirty, but I don't care. And I'd be completely out of sight, even facing forward. So I could sit like this all day long, and anytime a crossing or we stop, I just lay down and hop out. Obviously, not in this case because that's a locomotive right there, but this is the Cadillac of rides. Look at this, I'm sitting down and that's how high that is. So this, if I had to pick a ride to ride right now, whether I was going 30 minutes down to Akron or 400 miles to whatever 400 miles away is, Minneapolis or something, or Buffalo. So my main hope is that this video is entertaining, informative, worth watching. I guarantee you, I bet you $1,000, $1 million for every 2 comments I get, I'm going to get one saying, sweet bro, that's awesome, I can't wait to try, or I'm glad someone's doing it for me, I'm living vicariously through you. And the other one's gonna be like, dude, you're an idiot, you're gonna get killed, or dude, why can't you just keep this on the DL and not make a movie about it? For every 10 likes, I'm gonna get 3 dislikes. There's definitely, you know, there's a community behind this. I respect it. I'm not necessarily a part of it. I don't know if I'm going to be or want to be a part of it. I just want to hop a train once, maybe twice, make a documentary because I make films, and go from there. Very nice and picturesque around here. Small town, Northeast Ohio. Very beautiful. Nice summer night. It's cooling down. I could hide in here, I guess, if I want to. Kind of in plain view with the door, though. Assuming that's an old switch house. Could definitely hide out back here. I'm assuming this is part of the railroad property. So like I said, I know it's a lot of talking, a lot of me showing you things, and I'm just trying to show everybody what I learned the things I've picked up, the preparations and plans and research that I've put in. I want everyone to be safe, but also know what's going on. If it's your first time or you're thinking about it, don't use me as your main resource. Please watch this and like and subscribe and be entertained. But watch Stobe's videos, watch Ran Out on a Rail, watch Brave Dave, watch people with experience that know exactly what they're doing, have done this. You just saw me sitting on that porch. That's the first time I've ever sat on a porch. Hopefully not my last. Be brutally honest in the comments. If you think I talk too much, or you think I'm a clown, or you think I'm an idiot, I'm 100%, as you know, I've already said it, prepared for the hate and the flack. I'm also prepared that people will like it, because they will. I can swallow my pride and my ego and say that what I'm doing is stupid. I'm making it for myself, but also because I enjoy filmmaking, editing. I like talking to a camera. I've been talking to a camera my entire life. So to me, it's cathartic. It's enjoyable. You can definitely see where some people would be like, well, this guy's a tool. This guy talks to himself. This guy is full of himself. Why did he even go out there? Why this? Blah, 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 blah. Right now, I'm just some goober sweating his balls off, filming himself on railroad tracks on a nice Saturday night. A bug got in my ear. So I've covered every square inch of where I believe the train will be doing its work that I need to be aware of, and every square inch of where I should be able to or want to hide and also jump on or off, or any combination of whatever I might have to do involving the train. Peace of mind. I'm gonna head back to the truck. I feel like I accomplished something. Next big goal is the real one. Show up Thursday morning, don't be seen, get on the train. Hopefully it starts moving, make it to Akron in one piece. I'm excited. Hopefully things go well. Wish me well. Good morning. It's officially the day of the hop. It is 7:30 even right now. I wanted to get here a bit earlier, but I figured, knowing the timetable pretty roughly, I'd give myself as little time to potentially wait as possible. A little nervous, very excited. There is a cut of cars on the interchange track and then a cut of cars on the passing siding. There are some covered hoppers, aka my ride, I'm hoping. I did see a worker down there. I'm sure he's connecting air hoses. Looks like the train might already be here, but I'm not 100% sure, so hang on, let's get there. So I'm in the bushes. I did see a worker over here, but I think it was a city worker just checking out things. The cut of cars is right here. There are covered hoppers. I'm gonna scout a little bit, leave my pack and stuff here and see what I can see. So there's the train. I would like to get on one of those two cars right here. But if the train's gonna sit here until they come tie on the front end, the locomotive is gonna be right here. So this is the tricky part. I don't know if there's a locomotive on the front end of this. I don't hear one. All right, so here's the deal. So you got a scrap gondola right here. I'm assuming it's a load. Then you got two covered hoppers and these box cars. These box cars are locked. You can see that red tag means it's a load. They're shipping it out. That's the quality seal. This one's got one too, but it's green. You can see it right there. So there's a 0% chance I'm getting in any of these box cars. There is no locomotive on the front, so that yard goat engine that was sitting here probably pulled these out onto the passing siding to be taken when they go. And then the train's probably still up in the industrial park. There is no unit on here, so they're still working up there. So I could get on here. Yeah, there's no unit up here. I don't see it. Okay. So this first hopper has a porch on the front. Brake assemblies are nut to butt. So let's go down here. So that means that this rear covered hopper has a porch on the back, which is what I want. I don't think there's any crew over here. There is no train, so. Yeah, here we go. So again, right up there at those crossing bucks is where the train will be coming. There's 2 crossings there, so we'll hear them. Oh yeah. Okay, so as of right now, the first grainer has a porch on the front. This has the exclusive Cadillac porch on the rear. I suppose I could get on there now and be out of sight. I don't know if I want to do that. So I found my ride. It's on the passing siding, meaning I know it's going to Akron. The porch is on the back of the train. So now the question is, do I hang out in that bush spot up here and wait for the train to come, or do I get on now? If I get on now, when the train comes through and does their last couple moves down here before they tie on, that locomotive sits 20 some feet tall. They will see me in there, but that's where I'm gonna aim to go. So I'm gonna go back to my pack and my water, hang out for a few minutes. So this is my little apartment for the next potentially couple hours. There is that clearing right here. This first track is the interchange track. The track the boxcar string is on is the passing siding, and then the main, you can see it through there. So now the waiting begins. My truck is right over there. I've got coffee in there, extra water. I brought a gallon of water with me. I'll go through all my gear in a little bit. I'm gonna get dirty. Not gonna lie, I'm a little nervous. Not gonna lie, I'm very excited. Just hoping everything goes smooth. We'll see what happens. Waiting is definitely part of the game. The anticipation is so high right now, I'm kind of like stir crazy, but we're here. Wish me luck. Right now I'm just some dude vlogging in a bush. This is a rather large foamer spot. Nothing against foamers. Haven't seen any foamers yet. Then again, the train's not here. Let's just hope for no foamers today. I've already pretty much decided that this is a one and done. I'm gonna get on, get down to Akron. As soon as it's relatively safe to jump off, I'm gonna sack up and do so. And then I'm just gonna Uber back to my car. Part of me really wanted to hang out until between 9 and 11 p.m. when the same local comes back up here and ties down for the night until the morning shift arrives, which is what they're doing right now. The morning shift comes on duty at I think 6:30. They run up to the industrial park, do all their stuff, and then come back down, and exactly what I'm waiting for now. But I think I'm just going to, like I said, hop on, get down there, come back and call it a day. So since we've got nothing but time, I'm gonna go through and show you everything I packed for the day. Keep in mind that this train ride should only be 3 to 4 hours tops, and I will be back home tonight. So I did not pack as much as some people might think is necessary. If I was gonna take the train back here tonight, it could be up to a 24-hour process, so I would have brought a change of clothes, maybe a hoodie or something like that. So being that it's only just a day trip, I just brought enough to make it through until this evening. Granted that I'm also close to civilization pretty much everywhere that I'll be, so convenience stores, gas stations, all that good stuff. So first off, solid liter of water, no ice, just water. Can never bring too much. Brought my LL Bean day pack. I use this when I hike in to go fly fishing. Ergonomic straps, all that. Brought some sunglasses. Go through the pack here. Brought a bag for trash because vagabond lifestyle means littering. I'm gonna try not to litter as much as possible. Trash bag. Gardettos. Shout out to Gardettos. Bunch of more snacks. Brought another bit of water. So between this liter and this is probably half a liter. I don't know, I got definitely more than enough water to last a day. My trusty mechanics gloves. Definitely gonna be wearing these when I go to jump on. Probably wear them while I'm on the train too, just metal and grime, I guess, and stuff. The tripod that the camera is sitting on right now. Figure that's important to have as well. I can clip it onto stuff and get some action shots. I wasn't 100% sure if I was gonna ride the train back tonight, which would have been in the dark primarily, so I brought flashlight and my headlamp. Little backup phone charger. This will give me about 1 full charge. I always have that on me just in case. Brought a Sharpie. I'm just gonna put my little tag on the freight car. I don't know what my name will be, Thy Mule or Puff Puff Bass or whatever. I'm gonna write my name. Brought some gum just for sheer boredom and sugar intake sake. This is another battery pack. This should charge my phone 4 or 5 times full. I know I've already used like 30% of my battery filming since I've been here this morning, so this thing is awesome, especially when we go camping and fishing. If we go for a 1 or 2 night trip out in the bush in PA, camping and fishing like we do, these things come in handy. Only about 40 or 50 bucks, and yeah, you'll get 3 or 4 charges out of it. Brought my Charge Air. Brought the GoPro, this nice clip mount that goes on it. Definitely plan to use that once we get on. And then some bug spray. Haven't had to use it yet. Bugs aren't terrible, but I imagine as the day goes on, they will be. And that's pretty much it. I do have some extra stuff in my truck. Extra change of clothes. I brought a neck pillow. I don't know if I'm gonna run back to my truck at all and grab that. Kind of rather just stay out of sight completely and hunker down here. Keep in mind it's about 9 a.m. on a Thursday. It's a 4th of July weekend, so I have Monday off. Monday is the 4th of July. I took today, Thursday off, and tomorrow, so I do have a 5-day weekend. Point being is that if I can stay out of sight as much as possible, people are going about their daily lives right now, so every person that sees me is a potential person that could call me in. Good thing about the pack is I've been laying here in the bush for over an hour now. Have been laying down a bit, and I got a nice pillow pack to lay on, so I could just be sitting in my truck right now with the AC and music and heated seats and recline and all that, but if I'm gonna do this, I wanna do it how it's done. It was immediately apparent that this is not glamorous. Like I said, I'm sitting in a bush right now. I could definitely see how if you are, let's say you're going from New York to Chicago and then Chicago to Denver, this is basically it. If you watch other hoppers and their videos, you see a lot of the action shots, them riding and the scenery and all that other good stuff. That's only available when you're actually on the train. Other than that, whether you're sitting at a rail yard or sitting along a river or loitering around a town or somewhere, knowing you've got nowhere to be for several hours, that's kind of the brunt of this. Like I said, I'm sitting in this bush, this little grove for almost an hour and a half now, and that's been my day so far besides talking to the camera. Again, my goal of this is not only to scratch my own itch, stroke my own ego, say that I did it and it's done, make this video. I hope the video is enjoyable. I hope you find it informative. I hope you think I'm an idiot because this is a stupid thing to do. I hope if you are planning to and trying to do this, you get something out of this video. If you just like watching YouTube videos and documentaries and stuff, I hope this suits your needs. I don't really know what else to say. I'm just kind of waiting. As soon as I hear that horn from a couple miles away, I'm gonna pack up 100% and be ready to go. But even once the train arrives and they start to do their work, oh, okay, well, here they come. I gotta get ready. Oh man, my nerves are pumping. Yep, there it is. Here she comes. All right, I gotta get hidden a little better. Oh man, I'm shaking a little bit. The train has arrived. This is real now. Oh, this is a little bit nerve-wracking, not gonna lie. Sounds like they're backing down. So assuming now, we're gonna tie everything up and then do their runaround. It's airing up right now. There's a worker right there. They're moving. I hope they don't shove all the way down. That would be a problem. That's the car I want right there. I might have screwed up. Might be shoving all the way down there closer to the end of the runaround. I gotta hang tight for a second. They're moving quick, so I gotta move quick. So it looks like they're stopping right about there. Looks like it's almost my time to get this done. Oh, I'm nervous. Hang on. So somehow I gotta get all the way up there. So here they come. Are they gonna run up and run around? If they do, I gotta make moves. So they're running up. Well, here comes the runaround. I might have screwed up here. I should have hopped on before they pulled the string down, because once they go ahead and tie on, I'm clearly in open view. I didn't realize they were gonna pull the train up this way, but they're gonna see me now. I'm off the property, but might have to do this another day. So I know they got to go way far down to run around. My car's right here. It's a short train today. They're going to be tying on right over there, but they got to go all the way back down and come back up. All right, well, I'm on. I'm in the porch. So they're going to do their runaround, coming back and tying on, and then we are a go. So hang tight. They're coming back up. They're going to tie on here in a second, so I got to brace for impact here any second. Any second. This is nerve-wracking. Any second now, they're gonna tie on. man. They gotta be on any second. Hang tight. I'm preparing for the impact. Oh man, I can't believe I'm actually going through with this. All right, they gotta be any second. All right, here we go. Oh, all right, hang on. I wanna lay low. Airing up. Means they're almost ready to go. Hang on. Stopped. I'm assuming it's just to throw the switch. Sounds like they're notching up again. All right, hang on. All right, you threw the switch because they had to back up the main to get onto the siding. Oh, this is nerve-wracking. I don't want to stay low. I don't know if he's coming to check the end of the train or not. All right, we're moving again. This is sketchy. They're going to back up into another car. Looks like they're going to back up into another car. Oh, this is nerve-wracking. All right, so I'm staying low. They kicked around and added 2 more cars to the end of the train. I'm assuming now they're waiting for their track warrant to head south. So I'm just staying as low as possible and waiting it out. The glamorous part of this, the waiting. So we are aired up. Just waiting for them to send it. Fun. All right, we're moving again. 1, 2. Waited for a minute. So we're moving again. I think this is it. That was really sketchy. They kicked on 2 more cars. We waited for like a half hour. And then a worker came by and checked every car, coupler, air hose, which I know is standard procedure, but he was literally right behind me, 1 foot. I saw him and heard him. I don't know how I didn't get seen. Maybe I did, I don't know. But we're moving, so I'm going to lay low for another minute until we're off in the cut, but I think this is it. I laid in the fetal position right here for about 35 minutes. That was not fun. not too warm out. So we just sped up. I think we were doing about 15, now we're definitely doing 25. I know they upgraded this line in the last year or so, and it went from a 15 to a 25. Maybe even more now, but we definitely almost just doubled in speed. Seems like the faster you go, the louder it gets. Such a short train. The fumes are giving me a headache from the locomotives. I think it's only 9 or 10 cars long. I'm like 5 cars back. I can smell that non-stop. Sometimes they do it on the fly, but not always. So let's hang on here for a second and see what happens. Been a solid hour now. I think we're just about halfway there. Like I said, there's a junction up ahead. One of their subsidiaries has track detrites. So I think they just stopped to make sure they had clearance to proceed. This is the benefit of doing research and getting information not only from maps and forums and Google Maps, but because you get knowledge like that. So hang on. The Google map on the phone is key. All right, we're slowing down big time. Coming up to the junction, I gotta get ready to get off at any time. As soon as it's slow enough to get off, I'm getting off. I'd rather walk a little bit further than I have to than stay on the train longer than I have to. Alright, we're at the junction. I don't know if they're going to stop for a track warrant, but there might be other crews and another train around, so I got to stay low and get ready to get off. As soon as I get the chance, I'm hopping off. This spot I thought I could get off at. We're just going a little too fast. I think right now we're doing about 10 to 12. As soon as I feel safe and comfortable to get off, I'm going to. I'm not going to film it. All right, we're slowing way down. I'm going to get ready. Wish me luck. I made it off safely, thank God. Now let me get the hell out of here in case I'm seen. All right, I made it off. Thank God. Getting off was really nerve-wracking. Thank you for the lift. Sorry that okay, I'm getting in the woods here so I can walk up to a road. There was 3 spots I wanted to get off at. We were going much too fast at the first one. The second one was in my comfort zone, but not ideal. And this is exactly where I needed to get off. Whew. We started slowing down. Ironically, 50 feet after I jumped off, the train came to a stop. But I want to make sure I'm not seen. Whew. So my research told me it was anywhere from a 2 to 3 hour ride. That was a solid hour and 40 minutes. Whew. I just don't know if they saw me get off. It was a straight line, but when I hopped off, they're at the yard limits at the throat, so they could be looking in any direction. That was my biggest fear, was when we got close enough to the yard, there was a junction up there, so there could have been any multitude of crews. We did pass a ton of maintenance away. I mean, you're never prepared for it because you don't know where it's going to be, but I was almost spotted once or twice. Let me get established somewhere not near the railroad and I'll get back to you, but all right. Ooh, nerve-wracking, but I did it. Mission accomplished. Man, for something so petty, stupid, and dangerous and illegal, oh, am I relieved. This is an industrial park. There's a main road up here. There's fast food and gas stations. I'm heading to one of those. This industrial park is serviced by the railroad. So I thought there was a 50-50 chance I would be spotted once they were starting to spot cars. As soon as I got on and they started moving, I didn't realize that they spotted a car on the passing siding. So when we went past it on our first move forward, we went right by it, and I knew they were gonna have to back in, tie that on, and then put the end of train on, meaning that one of the crew was 100% gonna walk right by me. And if they're putting the end of train on, they're walking the entire length of the train. They're gonna check every coupler, every air hose. And he walked right by me, stopped, checked the air hose and the coupler, and I'm laying on the side of this wall, he's on the other side. I saw him through the holes. Didn't know if I was spotted. They pull the train forward to the switch, throw the switch, and then the train stops. I know they gotta get a track warrant, but in my mind, sitting there for half an hour, are they waiting for the cops to come? Did they see me and call me in? Blah, 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 blah. Very nerve-wracking. Then we're coming through that junction I pointed out. You go over a nice bridge that crosses over 2 Norfolk Southern Mains, and then the junction is right past it. So I wanted to get the bridge shot, which I think I did, and the junction shot. And wouldn't you know it, right at the junction, right off the switch, like barely clear, there's an entire maintenance away train. And I was filming up, there's no crossing there. There's, obviously if we have a track warrant, there's clearance, they're gonna blaze right through. And there was 4 or 5 vehicles. Luckily they were all looking at the back of the train coming, but the very front vehicle was looking at the train right as I passed by, and I thought there was a pretty good chance he saw me. Then getting off here, it was a straightaway with just a very slight curve. You go under the interstate, and after that slight curve in the interstate is the yard throat. So we were in the yard limits, and I don't know if they saw me getting off, but the train was curving to the right. I got off on the right side of the train, so if one of them happened to be looking back, there was a good chance they saw me. I sprinted to the end of the train, turned around and looked, was still in sight, and that's when you saw me start filming and go up into the woods. I kind of want to just make my way to wherever I'm going before anyone from the railroad comes over here, I mean, it's gonna be obvious I'm some dude with a pack at noon on a Thursday. If they saw me get off the train, they know who I am. And then I gotta fetch an Uber. So let me look at the map and see where I am. I should probably call the people I told my plan and tell them I'm alive too. Let me do that real quick. Oh, thank you, the Stobie rail train gods. Woo, it was a lot of fun. It's gonna cost me about 50 bucks to Uber back up to my truck. Small price to pay. Just based on how everything went getting off. The train probably would be going slow enough to hop on right where I got off to go back tonight. But I know the crew of the train that I got on goes on duty at 6:30 a.m. And I know the train coming back north, they don't go on duty until 10 p.m. Meaning, so let's say best case scenario, they're not running up north until, starting to run up north until probably 10:30, 10:45, maybe even 11 o'clock. So I'd have to hang out. There's a gas station up here, a Hardee's, a Bob Evans, even a little hotel. I'm not gonna get a hotel room and freshen up, but if I wanted to hang out down here, I could, but it's noon right now. Hanging out for 10 hours, being prepared at 10 p.m., hopefully getting on the train, which is another whole adventure in itself, and then a 2-hour solid ride north. It would take me back to my car for free, but I'm killing a whole entire day. If I'm back at my car by 1, I'll be home before 2, can shower, and I still have a full half day to enjoy myself. I apologize for not filming myself getting on the train or getting off the train. I did bring my GoPro. I brought the clips and the mounts, but to be honest with you, I clipped it on the side wall of the train. It didn't move at all, but the vibration, the constant rocking, I was not willing to risk losing my GoPro. Getting on and getting off is the most dangerous part. Obviously, I got on when it was stopped, but getting off, it was moving probably about 7 miles an hour. I was not going to put myself in any more danger or take away any more of my awareness or attention span because of a camera, but I'm just trying not to simply die. Or even if I didn't die, if I fell and rolled and someone's smoking weed around here. Oh, so I made it to the gas station in typical hobo fashion, just chilling out. Gonna kind of just collect myself for a few minutes and then get my Uber back. It's beautiful out. Man, what a rush. My adrenaline's still going, but I feel very calm, accomplished, completed. All the research, all the time spent on the internet, chatting up foamers. I'm a foamer, no hate. Chatting up people on the internet, talking to people that work for the railroad, studying the map, even going there on Saturday and talking to you guys for 20 minutes on camera. Well, 20 minutes of footage you saw, but like 3 hours of footage. Was all worth it. Everything, God willing, thank you, Stobe and the train gods. Everything went off exactly as I planned. I didn't want to get on the moving train. Got on when it was stopped. Made it all the way to my destination. I had a preferred spot to get off, a secondary spot where I'd have to walk kind of far, and then the very do or die spot where I had to get off or else I'd be in the yard. And I saw some cameras pulling into the yard limits. I did not want to be seen. And walked to my final destination. Gonna get my Uber back up to my car. And I mean, that's it. I will tell you, I'm sweaty, smelly, and very, very dirty. As you would imagine, it's very, very loud. It's very, very violent. The train rocks and pulls, and I mean, you can, if you're train surfing and hanging on the ladder or over the side, and some of those jerks while the train was moving, I mean, you're either getting thrown off or you're getting thrown under, and I don't recommend it. Wow. Well, a 35-minute Uber ride later, and we're back where we started. What a day. I couldn't sleep last night very well, tossing and turning. All day yesterday, I was a little bit anxious. Even on the train, I was a little anxious. So thanks to Stobie and the train gods for watching out for me. Safe arrival, safe departure, all that good stuff. And we will end this video the same way we started. All in all, I don't know if I would recommend it to anyone that's contemplating it. If you really want to give it a try, the only thing I would tell you to take from me is to be prepared for the good and the bad. Be smart, be safe, don't be stupid. It was definitely better than I expected. A lot of fun. It felt like riding a roller coaster for 2 hours straight. It was a little bit scary and nerve-wracking at some points. Don't want to get caught. Don't want to get arrested. But you don't want to die. You don't want to get hurt. Don't be stupid. I hope you get something out of it. I hope it was entertaining and informative. Please let me know what you think in the comments. Again, if you think I'm an idiot, let me know. If you thought it was entertaining, let me know. If you thought it was boring, let me know. Definitely want your feedback. I'm 99% convinced now that I probably won't ever do that again. And if I do, might just do the exact same thing I did. I don't think I'm ever going to take a long trip. Biggest thing I think that this took, besides the research and due diligence, was balls. Not to toot my own horn. It's not an ego thing. It's even when I was about to get on the car this morning, I stood at the ladder of the hopper and I'm like, if I get on, I'm staying on. And if I walk away, I'm walking away, deleting all this footage, and I'm never doing this ever. So I made the choice. It worked out for me. Doesn't mean it will work out for everyone. Doesn't mean it'll work out for me next time. But say a prayer for all those who are out there actively doing this. Even the most seasoned veterans, it is dangerous. It is risky and illegal. I smell really bad. I'm really dirty. My head is rattled. My body is sore. My arms are tired. My back is stiff. But I accomplished my goal. I wish for nothing more than, again, everyone to be safe and smart. Take care of yourselves. Keep living your lives and dreaming. And I guess whether it's train hopping or going to astronaut school or opening your own business or learning how to play guitar, biggest thing you got to do, biggest hurdle to overcome is yourself. Make a plan, stick to it, and you'll be all right. I'm getting a little wishy-washy, nostalgic, sappy, whatever you want to call it. Feel really good. I'm just very glad and grateful that this all worked out. So please subscribe to the channel. If any of you are into fishing too, you're in the right place. To all my fishing subscribers, sorry for putting this on the channel, but thank you all for watching this and indulging me. Shout out to Stobe the Hobo. Rest in peace, my friend. Thank you for watching out for me. Shout out to Shoestring. Ran out on a rail. Brave Dave. Shout out to the Yard Boys. If you have an hour and change to kill, search Yard Boys here on YouTube and go watch their documentary. It is a group of, I think, 5 or 6 friends that set out to accomplish something similar in a little different way, but big inspiration. Shout out to all the people in my train groups and all the Stobe fans and all the Redditors and the Vagabond thread for giving me encouragement and trying to talk me out of it and support. And thank you all for watching. Take care. God bless. Stay safe. I really appreciate every single one of you that leaves feedback, good or bad. I welcome it. And I guess we will see you on the next adventure. Signing off. Thank you again. R.I.P. Stobe the Hobo. Out.